I'm gonna try something new. 91% isopropyl alcohol onto a towel. Just gonna use this as the prepper. I'm gonna go to the little mirror here, and we're gonna clean this whole thing. So I'll be back when we go to the next step. Okay. Now we have a 50-50 solution of baby oil and mineral oil. Don't ask, but you'll thank me later. So I'll put that in there, we mix it, get it to blend in really well. And because this is both products are oil based, it will help with water resistance. So bear with me as I do this. Okay. So we've got the stuff mixed in. We'll go to the next step. Alright, so you apply it. I use this little brush here. If you get it on the paint, don't worry. It will wipe off with like a quick detailer. Just get to it as soon as you notice it. Like here, I didn't see that, but I will get it. So all you have to do is just dip it in and do like a light brush. Like this. Just want to try to keep it on there, and you let it sit for 1 hour, and we'll be back once that's done. Alright, it has been 1 hour, and this is what it should look like. Now what you do is take your fingers and you massage it in. Okay, and you want to do this until it's, you know, been rubbed all over. I do recommend wearing gloves because it'll help keep your hands from getting all oily. Alright, and we move to the next step, which is the other side, and you'll do the same thing. We're going to take a little towel here, and once this is done, kind of fold your towel in and you just wipe off the excess. And like I said, you'll repeat this process on both sides. And there you go. Back to black. Just make sure you do the best you can to keep it off the paint, especially if you're in a hurry when you're doing this last part. But the glass, you can just use glass cleaner to get that off. Okay, we'll update, see how it holds in the weather. Alright, so I drove the car 140 miles and it still looks really good. So now I'm going to put some Mother CMX ceramic trim restoring coat onto it. It doesn't take much, just one little squirt like that. You're going to take it, kind of dab it on there so you don't get it all over the place. You just want to massage this in there real quick. And the reason I'm doing this is to protect what I did before with the mineral oil and the baby oil. So yeah, you just want to rub this in there, nice and easy. And this should help with a protection stage. And then you let it sit for a few minutes, and then you buff it off. So we'll be back in a few minutes after it's ready. Okay, so the driver's side had already had the CMX on there, and it's ready to be buffed off. So you just take a clean microfiber towel and wipe off any excess. And as you can see, even after clean with the Turtle Wax 3-in-1 ceramic detailer cleaner, it is still like a nice shade of black. Is it perfect? Maybe not, but to me, it is far better than what it looked like. So after you do the initial buff, you want to go back through and do another quick buff. And I'm using light to moderate pressure when I do the buffing on this, mostly because I want to make sure that it's not gonna go off, and also if light and moderate pressure takes it off, then it's gonna not work. And so far, so good. I mean, get a load of that. All these years driving around with a faded mirror triangle piece, finally over. So we'll test this again at the end of the week, after some rainy weather, and see if it stays this way or if it goes away. Hopefully it will stay hydrated like this. I am pretty sure we're gonna have to maintain this to make sure that it's perfect. Alright, I'll see you guys in a few days. Alright, we're about to start the first 70 miles on this trip. We're gonna see how this holds up. As you can see, there's water beating properties, which is a good sign. Alright, well, we'll be back in an hour and 15 minutes. Check this out, 70 miles in the rain, non-stop rain. Still beating, still black, still looks brand new. We'll test it again at the end of the day and see how it looks. Alright, here we are, 140 miles driven in the rain. It sat in the rain at work for about 9 hours, and it looks lighter on the video, but it's still pretty dark. It doesn't have that oxidized look to it. So what we'll do is we'll grab some 3-in-1 detailer that I used to clean it the first round, and a microfiber. Said that on purpose, by the way. Okay, so what we'll do is kind of just rest that here for now. Spray this on there. It's the moment of truth, folks. Wipe it away. see it did get dirty. The best part is there hasn't been any oil that leaked out of this from the mixture that I made, so that's a good sign, a very good sign, which means that it actually fully bonded to the plastic and it did its job. Which, believe me, like, if you're as crazy about your car or your customers' cars as I am, then you'll love it. And trust me, I mean, it's nothing like going to a show where your car has flawless paint but looks like utter shit because of the mirrors. And you know, it's the small details that matter. So you'll want to try to make sure everything looks really good and stays protected and all of that. So if you guys use the products that I use, I'm sure any ceramic trim restorer would have worked instead of the CMX. I just used that because that was the only ceramic trim restorer that I had, and I am very pleased with how it protected it, and that was 2 coats of that. So feel free to ask me any questions. I am also just stoked. I mean, I've had this car for 4 years now and 2 months, and I am finally able to restore this to the way it needs to be. So thanks guys for supporting my channels. I really appreciate it.